Question 1. What year was the Magna Carta signed, and why is it significant in British history? A. 1066, B. 1215, C. 1415, D. 1605. Answer: B. 1215. The Magna Carta was signed in 1215 and is significant in British history because it limited the power of the monarchy and laid the foundation for future legal principles concerning liberty and justice. Question 2. Who was the British Prime Minister at the start of the Second World War? A. Winston Churchill, B. Neville Chamberlain, C. Clement Attlee, D. Harold Wilson. Answer: B. Neville Chamberlain. Neville Chamberlain was the British Prime Minister at the start of the Second World War, known for his policy of appeasement towards Adolf Hitler. Question 3. What was the main outcome of the Glorious Revolution of 1688? A. Establishment of parliamentary democracy, B. Restoration of the monarchy, C. Abolition of the monarchy, D. Introduction of the feudal system. Answer: A. Establishment of parliamentary democracy. The Glorious Revolution of 1688 led to the establishment of parliamentary democracy by asserting the supremacy of Parliament over the monarchy. Question 4. Name the king who initiated the English Reformation by establishing the Church of England. A. King Henry VIII, B. King James I, C. King Edward VI, D. King Charles I. Answer: A. King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII initiated the English Reformation by establishing the Church of England, breaking away from the Roman Catholic Church. Question 5. In what year did the Great Fire of London occur, and what were its major consequences? A. 1536, B. 1605, C. 1666, D. 1702. Answer: C. 1666. The Great Fire of London occurred in 1666 and led to major reconstruction of the city, including the implementation of new building codes and the development of fire brigades. Question 6. Which treaty concluded the American War of Independence? A. The Treaty of Paris 1783, B. The Treaty of Versailles, C. The Treaty of London, D. The Treaty of Westminster. Answer: A. The Treaty of Paris 1783. The Treaty of Paris in 1783 concluded the American War of Independence, recognizing the independence of the United States. Question 7. What major social reform did the Labour government implement after World War II? A. The introduction of the National Health Service, B. The establishment of the welfare state, C. Both A and B, D. None of the above. Answer: C. Both A and B. After World War II, the Labour government implemented major social reforms, including the introduction of the National Health Service and the establishment of the welfare state. Question 8. What was the purpose of the Corn Laws, and what impact did their repeal have? A. To increase trade tariffs, B. To restrict agricultural imports, C. To stabilize food prices by restricting imports, D. To promote free trade. Answer: C. To stabilize food prices by restricting imports. The Corn Laws were designed to stabilize food prices by restricting agricultural imports. Their repeal led to lower food prices and promoted free trade. Question 9. Describe the historical significance of the Battle of Britain. A. It was a decisive naval battle. B. It marked the first defeat of Hitler's military forces. C. It was a major aerial battle that prevented a German invasion of Britain. D. It resulted in British surrender. Answer: C. It was a major aerial battle that prevented a German invasion of Britain. The Battle of Britain in 1940 was historically significant, as it marked the first major defeat of Hitler's forces and demonstrated the effectiveness of air power. Question 10. Which British scientist is credited with formulating the laws of motion and universal gravitation? A. Charles Darwin. B. Isaac Newton. C. Michael Faraday. D. James Clerk Maxwell. Answer: B. Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton is credited with formulating the laws of motion and the theory of universal gravitation, foundational concepts in classical physics. Question 11. Who was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Theresa May. C. Indira Gandhi. D. Angela Merkel. Answer: A. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the first female Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, serving from 1979 to 1990. Question 12. In which year did the United Kingdom join the European Economic Community? A. 1957. B. 1973. C. 1985. D. 1992. Answer: B. 1973. The United Kingdom joined the European Economic Community, which later became the European Union, in 1973. Question 13. What document, signed by King John in 1215, had a profound impact on the development of constitutional law in England? A. The Domesday Book. B. The Charter of Liberties. C. The Magna Carta. D. The Bill of Rights. Answer: C. The Magna Carta. The Magna Carta, signed by King John in 1215, had a profound impact on the development of constitutional law in England by limiting the power of the king and establishing certain legal rights. Question 14. Which conflict led to significant territorial losses for the British Empire in the 20th century? A. World War I. B. World War II. C. The Falklands War. D. The Cold War. Answer: B. World War II. World War II led to significant territorial losses for the British Empire as various colonies moved towards independence in the post-war period. Question 15. What was the primary reason behind the construction of Hadrian's Wall? A. To protect against Viking raids. B. To defend against Scottish invasions. C. To mark the northern boundary of the Roman Empire. D. To control trade routes. Answer: C. To mark the northern boundary of the Roman Empire. Hadrian's Wall was primarily constructed to mark the northern boundary of the Roman Empire and to defend against invasions from the north. Question 16. What are the Bill of Rights 1689, and why are they important in British constitutional history? A. They established the rights of Parliament over the monarchy. B. They declared the rights of all citizens to bear arms. C. They outlined the basic rights of citizens. D. They abolished the monarchy. Answer: A. They established the rights of Parliament over the monarchy. The Bill of Rights 1689 is important in British constitutional history because it established the supremacy of Parliament over the monarchy, setting a precedent for modern democratic governance. Question 17. Who led the British government during the peak of the Victorian era? A. Queen Victoria. B. Benjamin Disraeli. C. William Gladstone. D. Both B and C. Answer: D. Both B and C. Both Benjamin Disraeli and William Gladstone were prominent leaders of the British government during the peak of the Victorian era, each serving as Prime Minister. Question 18. What event in 1956 marked a significant shift in British foreign policy and its global standing? A. The Suez Crisis. B. The Falklands War. C. The end of the Cold War. D. The signing of the Treaty of Rome. Answer: A. The Suez Crisis. The Suez Crisis in 1956 marked a significant shift in British foreign policy and diminished its global standing, highlighting the limits of its post-war power. Question 19. Which act abolished slavery throughout the British Empire, and in what year was it enacted? A. The Slavery Abolition Act 1833. B. The Emancipation Proclamation 1863. C. The Civil Rights Act 1964. D. The Human Rights Act 1998. Answer: A. The Slavery Abolition Act 1833. The Slavery Abolition Act was enacted in 1833 and abolished slavery throughout the British Empire. Question 20. What was the economic impact of the Industrial Revolution on British society? A. It led to a decrease in urban populations. B. It resulted in economic decline. C. It spurred significant economic growth and urbanization. D. It had little impact on economic structures. Answer: C. It spurred significant economic growth and urbanization. The Industrial Revolution had a profound economic impact on British society, leading to rapid economic growth, urbanization, and changes in social structures. Question 21. Which naval battle established British naval supremacy for over a century? A. The Battle of Trafalgar. B. The Battle of Midway. C. The Battle of the Spanish Armada. D. The Battle of Jutland. Answer: A. The Battle of Trafalgar. The Battle of Trafalgar in 1805 established British naval supremacy for over a century, decisively defeating a combined French and Spanish fleet. Question 22. Who was responsible for the creation of the Commonwealth? A. Queen Elizabeth II. B. King George V. C. Winston Churchill. D. Queen Victoria. Answer: B. King George V. King George V was responsible for the transformation of the British Empire into the Commonwealth, reflecting the changing political landscape and the move towards independence of its constituent nations. Question 23. Which British monarch presided over the unification of England and Scotland? A. Queen Anne. B. King James I. C. Queen Elizabeth I. D. King Henry VIII. Answer: A. Queen Anne. Queen Anne was the monarch during the unification of England and Scotland under the Acts of Union 1707, which created the Kingdom of Great Britain. Question 24. What was the main social change resulting from the Chartist movement in the 19th century? A. The abolition of the monarchy. B. The expansion of the electoral franchise. C. The establishment of trade unions. D. The end of child labour. Answer: B. The expansion of the electoral franchise. The Chartist movement, primarily active between 1838 and 1850, was instrumental in expanding the electoral franchise and advocating for political reforms that benefited the working classes. Question 25. Describe the impact of the Beveridge Report on British social policy. A. It led to the creation of the welfare state. B. It reduced government involvement in health care. C. It advocated for the privatization of social services. D. It dismissed the need for public social security. Answer. A. It led to the creation of the welfare state. The Beveridge Report, published in 1942, was highly influential in the establishment of the welfare state in the UK, including the creation of the National Health Service. Question 26. Who discovered penicillin, and why was this significant? A. Marie Curie. B. Alexander Fleming. C. Isaac Newton. D. Charles Darwin. Answer. B. Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928, and it was significant because it was the first true antibiotic, revolutionizing the treatment of bacterial infections and saving countless lives. Question 27. What year did the Battle of Waterloo take place, and who was the British general in command? A. 1815, Duke of Wellington. B. 1805, Lord Nelson. C. 1815, Lord Nelson. D. 1805, Duke of Wellington. Answer. A. 1815, Duke of Wellington. The Battle of Waterloo occurred in 1815 and was led by the Duke of Wellington. It marked a decisive defeat for Napoleon Bonaparte and ended his rule as Emperor of the French. Question 28. Describe the significance of the Good Friday Agreement in the context of Northern Ireland. A. It ended the Irish War of Independence. B. It was a peace agreement that significantly reduced the violence associated with the Troubles. C. It established Northern Ireland as an independent country. D. It joined Northern Ireland with the Republic of Ireland. Answer. B. It was a peace agreement that significantly reduced the violence associated with the Troubles. The Good Friday Agreement, signed in 1998, was crucial in establishing a political framework that brought an end to most of the violence of the Troubles in Northern Ireland. Question 29. What role did the UK play in the founding of the United Nations? A. It was a secondary member. B. It was one of the principal architects. C. It opposed the formation. D. It had a minor advisory role. Answer. B. It was one of the principal architects. The United Kingdom played a significant role as one of the principal architects in the founding of the United Nations in 1945, helping to draft the Charter and establish the organization's structure and aims. Question 30. What was the primary cause of the English Civil War in the 17th century? A. Religious differences. B. Economic disputes. C. Conflicts over colonial territories. D. Political power struggles between the monarchy and Parliament. Answer. D. Political power struggles between the monarchy and Parliament. The primary cause of the English Civil War was the political power struggle between the monarchy, represented by Charles I, and Parliament, which wanted to limit the king's authority. Question 31. How did the Black Death affect the social structure of medieval England? A. It led to a stronger feudal system. B. It caused a significant decrease in the population, leading to labour shortages and increased wages for peasants. C. It had little impact on the social structure. D. It increased the population density in urban areas. Answer. B. It caused a significant decrease in the population, leading to labour shortages and increased wages for peasants. The Black Death profoundly affected the social structure of medieval England by drastically reducing the population, which led to labour shortages and ultimately improved economic conditions for surviving peasants. Question 32. What significant cultural and political event is associated with the year 1963 in Britain? A. The coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. B. The Profumo affair. C. The establishment of the BBC. D. The Battle of Britain anniversary celebrations. Answer B. The Profumo affair. The year 1963 is notably associated with the Profumo affair, a major political scandal that damaged the reputation of the Conservative government and led to significant changes in the political landscape. Question 33. Who was the monarch during the establishment of the British East India Company? A. Queen Elizabeth I. B. King James I. C. King Charles II. D. Queen Victoria. Answer A. Queen Elizabeth I. Queen Elizabeth I was the monarch when the British East India Company was established in 1600, granting it the monopoly on trade in the East Indies. Question 34. What was the economic rationale behind the Enclosure Acts, and what impact did they have on rural England? A. They aimed to improve agricultural efficiency by consolidating small landholdings into larger farms. B. They were intended to decrease agricultural production to raise prices. C. They sought to protect the feudal rights of the nobility. D. They aimed to reduce the rural population and encourage urbanization. Answer A. They aimed to improve agricultural efficiency by consolidating small landholdings into larger farms. The Enclosure Acts had a profound impact on rural England by improving agricultural productivity, but also displacing many small farmers, leading to increased migration to urban areas. Question 35. In what year was the Act of Union between England and Scotland signed? A. 1603. B. 1707. C. 1801. D. 1901. Answer B. 1707. The Act of Union between England and Scotland was signed in 1707, formally uniting the two countries under the name of Great Britain. Question 36. Who was the British scientist who broke the German Enigma code during World War II? A. Alan Turing. B. Stephen Hawking. C. Isaac Newton. D. Charles Babbage. Answer A. Alan Turing. Alan Turing was a pivotal figure in breaking the German Enigma code during World War II, significantly contributing to the Allied war effort. Question 37. Describe the significance of the Falklands War for British foreign policy. A. It marked the end of British colonial ambitions. B. It reinforced British territorial claims and military resolve. C. It led to significant losses in British territories. D. It initiated a period of prolonged conflict with Argentina. Answer B. It reinforced British territorial claims and military resolve. The Falklands War in 1982 was significant for British foreign policy as it reinforced the UK's willingness to defend its overseas territories and demonstrated its military capabilities. Question 38. What legislative act introduced the concept of universal suffrage in Britain, and in what year? A. The Reform Act 1832. B. The Representation of the People Act 1928. C. The Equal Franchise Act 1928. D. The Parliament Act 1911. Answer C. The Equal Franchise Act 1928. The Equal Franchise Act of 1928 introduced the concept of universal suffrage in Britain. granting equal voting rights to women and men over the age of 21. Question 39. What caused the decline of the British coal industry in the late 20th century? A. Increased competition from renewable energy sources. B. Major strikes and labour disputes. C. Discovery of natural gas in the North Sea. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. The decline of the British coal industry in the late 20th century was caused by a combination of increased competition from cheaper foreign coal and other energy sources, major strikes and labour disputes, and the discovery of natural gas in the North Sea. Question 40. How did Britain's role in the Suez Crisis affect its relationship with the United States? A. It strengthened the Anglo-American alliance. B. It led to a temporary breakdown in relations. C. It had no significant effect. D. It enhanced Britain's global standing. Answer: B. It led to a temporary breakdown in relations. Britain's involvement in the Suez Crisis in 1956 without American approval strained relations between the UK and the USA, highlighting the limits of British power and its reliance on American support. Question 41. Who was the Iron Lady of British politics, and what were her major policies? A. Theresa May. B. Margaret Thatcher. C. Angela Merkel. D. Elizabeth II. Answer: B. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher, known as the Iron Lady, was known for her strong conservative policies, economic liberalisation, and her role in privatising state-owned enterprises during her tenure as Prime Minister. Question 42. Describe the significance of the Reform Acts passed throughout the 19th century. A. They led to the abolition of the monarchy. B. They primarily affected agricultural policies. C. They extended the vote to women for the first time. D. They expanded the electorate and reformed electoral districts. Answer: D. They expanded the electorate and reformed electoral districts. The Reform Acts significantly altered the British electoral system by expanding the electorate, making parliamentary seats more reflective of the population distribution and introducing more democratic procedures. Question 43. What historical figure is known for their efforts to abolish the slave trade in the British Parliament? A. William Wilberforce. B. Oliver Cromwell. C. Winston Churchill. D. Neville Chamberlain. Answer: A. William Wilberforce. William Wilberforce is renowned for his relentless efforts in the British Parliament to abolish the slave trade, culminating in the Slave Trade Act of 1807. Question 44. What was the economic impact of Britain leaving the gold standard in 1931? A. It led to immediate economic collapse. B. It caused a temporary increase in inflation. C. It stabilized the British economy by allowing more control over monetary policy. D. It had no significant impact on the economy. Answer: C. It stabilized the British economy by allowing more control over monetary policy. Leaving the gold standard in 1931 helped Britain recover from the Great Depression by enabling the government to pursue more flexible monetary policies. Question 45. How did the invention of the steam engine impact British industry and society? A. It led to the decline of manual labour. B. It accelerated the Industrial Revolution, increasing production and urbanisation. C. It had little impact until the 20th century. D. It primarily affected transportation industries. Answer: B. It accelerated the Industrial Revolution, increasing production and urbanisation. The invention of the steam engine was a pivotal development that drove the Industrial Revolution, significantly enhancing production capabilities and leading to profound societal changes. Question 46. What was the main effect of the introduction of the euro on the UK's financial system? A. It replaced the pound sterling completely. B. It had minimal direct impact as the UK did not adopt the euro. C. It caused significant economic instability. D. It led to increased trade with Eurozone countries. Answer. B. It had minimal direct impact as the UK did not adopt the euro. The introduction of the euro had minimal direct impact on the UK's financial system, as the country chose to retain the pound sterling as its currency. Question 47. What event marked the beginning of decolonisation after World War II? A. The Suez Crisis. B. The independence of India. C. The establishment of the Commonwealth. D. The Berlin Conference. Answer. B. The independence of India. The independence of India in 1947 marked the beginning of a significant wave of decolonisation, leading to the independence of numerous other colonies in the following decades. Question 48. Who was the first woman to be elected to the British Parliament, and what year was she elected? A. Nancy Astor, 1919. B. Margaret Thatcher, 1959. C. Theresa May, 1997. D. Angela Merkel, 2005. Answer. A. Nancy Astor, 1919. Nancy Astor was the first woman to be elected to the British Parliament, taking her seat in 1919 as the Member of Parliament for Plymouth Sutton. Question 49. Describe the impact of the Thatcher administration on the British economy. A. It led to significant government spending. B. It decreased unemployment dramatically. C. It involved substantial economic liberalisation and privatisation. D. It focused on increasing state control with industries. Answer. C. It involved substantial economic liberalisation and privatisation. The Thatcher administration had a profound impact on the British economy through policies aimed at reducing the role of the state, privatising state-owned enterprises, and liberalising the economy. Question 50. What role did Britain play in the creation of the State of Israel? A. It opposed the UN partition plan. B. It led the military intervention that established Israel. C. It administered the mandate for Palestine and facilitated Jewish immigration. D. It provided financial support exclusively. Answer. C. It administered the mandate for Palestine and facilitated Jewish immigration. Britain played a crucial role in the creation of the State of Israel through its administration of the Palestine Mandate and its policies that impacted Jewish immigration and settlement. Question 51. How did the miners' strike of 1984 to 1985 impact British politics and society? A. It led to a strengthening of labour unions. B. It resulted in significant concessions from the government. C. It marked a major conflict between the government and trade unions, weakening the unions. D. It had little impact on national policies. Answer. C. It marked a major conflict between the government and trade unions, weakening the unions. The miners' strike of 1984 to 1985 was a significant political and social event that marked a decisive conflict between the government and trade unions, ultimately leading to a weakening of the unions' influence. Question 52. What year did Britain recognise the independence of the United States, and through which treaty? A. 1776, Treaty of Paris. B. 1783, Treaty of Paris. C. 1791, Treaty of Versailles. D. 1802, Treaty of Amiens. Answer B. 1783, Treaty of Paris. Britain recognized the independence of the United States in 1783 through the Treaty of Paris, which formally ended the American Revolutionary War. Question 53. Who was responsible for the establishment of the National Health Service, NHS, and in what year? A. Clement Attlee, 1948. B. Winston Churchill, 1945. C. Margaret Thatcher, 1979. D. Tony Blair, 1997. Answer A. Clement Attlee, 1948. Clement Attlee's government was responsible for the establishment of the National Health Service, NHS, in 1948, which aimed to provide health care free at the point of use for all UK residents. Question 54. What major public health crisis did Britain face in the early 2000s related to livestock? A. Mad cow disease, BSE. B. Avian flu. C. Swine flu. D. Foot and mouth disease. Answer D. Foot and mouth disease. In the early 2000s, Britain faced a major public health crisis related to livestock with the outbreak of foot and mouth disease, leading to widespread culling and significant economic impact on the agricultural sector. Question 55. Describe the historical significance of the Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601. A. It established the first system of social security. B. It outlawed begging and homelessness. C. It provided pensions for the elderly. D. It organized the care for the poor and destitute, marking the beginnings of a formal welfare system. Answer D. It organized the care for the poor and destitute, marking the beginnings of a formal welfare system. The Elizabethan Poor Law of 1601 is significant as it established a system to care for the poor, which became a precursor to later social welfare programs. Question 56. What was the impact of the Gunpowder Plot on British legislation and society? A. It led to stricter gun control laws. B. It resulted in harsher penalties for treason. C. It initiated religious reforms. D. It had no lasting impact. Answer B. It resulted in harsher penalties for treason. The Gunpowder Plot of 1605 had a significant impact on British legislation and society, resulting in harsher penalties for treason and increasing suspicion and persecution of Catholics. Question 57. Who were the primary architects of British policy during the Napoleonic Wars? A. Winston Churchill and Clement Attlee. B. William Pitt the Younger and Spencer Perceval. C. Neville Chamberlain and Anthony Eden. D. Margaret Thatcher and John Major. Answer B. William Pitt the Younger and Spencer Perceval. William Pitt the Younger and Spencer Perceval were key figures in shaping British policy during the Napoleonic Wars, leading Britain through a time of significant military and political challenges. Question 58. Describe the significance of the Human Rights Act 1998. A. It restricted the powers of law enforcement. B. It codified the protections found in the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. C. It established the European Court of Human Rights. D. It limited the rights of individuals. Answer B. It codified the protections found in the European Convention on Human Rights into UK law. The Human Rights Act 1998 is significant as it incorporated the rights set out in the European Convention on Human Rights into domestic British law, ensuring that these rights could be upheld in UK courts. Question 59. What year did the Great Exhibition take place, and what was its significance? A. 1750 marked the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. B. 1851 showcased Britain's role in global trade and industrial leadership. C. 1901 celebrated the turn of the century. D. 1951 commemorated the centennial of the first exhibition. Answer: B. 1851 showcased Britain's role in global trade and industrial leadership. The Great Exhibition of 1851 was significant as it showcased Britain's advancements in industry and culture, symbolizing the height of the Victorian era and its role in global trade. Question 60. What were the social and economic effects of the British enclosures in the 18th and 19th centuries? A. They led to increased agricultural productivity, but displaced many rural workers. B. They decreased land productivity, but increased rural employment. C. They had no significant effects on society or economy. D. They reduced the overall population of rural areas. Answer: A. They led to increased agricultural productivity, but displaced many rural workers. The enclosures in the 18th and 19th centuries had profound social and economic effects, increasing agricultural efficiency and productivity, but also displacing many rural workers, contributing to urban migration. Question 61. Who was the longest-serving British Prime Minister of the 20th century? A. Margaret Thatcher. B. Winston Churchill. C. Harold Wilson. D. Clement Attlee. Answer: A. Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher was the longest-serving British Prime Minister of the 20th century, holding office from 1979 to 1990. Question 62. How did the Victorian era impact British cultural and imperial expansion? A. It led to a reduction in British imperial ambitions. B. It marked a period of decline in cultural outputs. C. It saw a significant expansion of the British Empire and influence in arts and science. D. It isolated Britain from European affairs. Answer: C. It saw a significant expansion of the British Empire and influence in arts and science. The Victorian era is known for its significant cultural and imperial expansion, making Britain the most powerful empire in the world at the time. Question 63. What is the historical significance of the Battle of Trafalgar? A. It marked the beginning of the British Empire's decline. B. It was a decisive naval victory that established British naval supremacy for over a century. C. It resulted in a significant loss for British naval forces. D. It led to the Treaty of Paris. Answer: B. It was a decisive naval victory that established British naval supremacy for over a century. The Battle of Trafalgar in 1805 was a pivotal moment in naval history, ensuring British control over the seas. Question 64. Describe the impact of British rule in India on both the subcontinent and the British Empire. A. It led to economic stagnation in India and weakened the British Empire. B. It significantly contributed to the modernization of India and strengthened the British Empire economically. C. It resulted in widespread cultural exchanges but little economic impact. D. It caused political instability in Britain and economic decline in India. Answer: B. It significantly contributed to the modernization of India and strengthened the British Empire economically. British rule in India had a profound impact, introducing railways, telegraphs, and an education system, while also extracting considerable economic resources. Question 65. Who was responsible for signing the Anglo-Irish Treaty, and what did it establish? A. Winston Churchill. It ended British rule in all of Ireland. B. David Lloyd George. It established the Irish Free State with dominion status within the British Empire. C. Tony Blair. It established peace terms between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. D. Margaret Thatcher. It granted full independence to Northern Ireland. Answer: B. David Lloyd George. It established the Irish Free State with dominion status within the British Empire. The Anglo-Irish Treaty was signed in 1921 by British Prime Minister David Lloyd George, creating the Irish Free State and ending the Irish War of Independence. Question 66. What was the primary outcome of the Acts of Union 1800? A. They unified England and Scotland under one government. B. They merged the Kingdom of Great Britain with the Kingdom of Ireland to form the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. C. They separated Northern Ireland from the Republic of Ireland. D. They established the Commonwealth. Answer: B. They merged the Kingdom of Great Britain with the Kingdom of Ireland to form the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. The Acts of Union 1800 were pivotal in creating a single political entity under the British Crown. Question 67. What crisis in 1956 highlighted the limitations of post-war British power? A. The Falklands War. B. The Suez Crisis. C. The Berlin Crisis. D. The Cuban Missile Crisis. Answer: B. The Suez Crisis. The Suez Crisis in 1956 exposed the limitations of British power in the post-war period, as Britain was forced to withdraw under pressure from the United States and the United Nations, marking a significant moment in the decline of British global influence. Question 68. How did World War I reshape British society and politics? A. It led to a stronger monarchy. B. It caused little change in societal structures. C. It led to significant social and political changes, including the expansion of the electorate. D. It isolated Britain from international affairs. Answer: C. It led to significant social and political changes, including the expansion of the electorate. World War I had profound effects on British society and politics, leading to greater democratization and social reforms as a response to the war's impact. Question 69. What was the historical impact of the swinging 60s on British culture? A. It marked a period of economic decline. B. It was characterized by cultural conservatism. C. It saw a cultural revolution, with significant changes in music, fashion, and societal norms. D. It had no notable cultural impacts. Answer: C. It saw a cultural revolution, with significant changes in music, fashion, and societal norms. The swinging 60s were a defining decade for British culture, symbolizing youth empowerment, musical innovation, e.g., the Beatles, and significant shifts in social attitudes. Question 70. Describe the contributions of British scientists to the Human Genome Project. A. British scientists played a minor role. B. They led the project. C. They made significant contributions, particularly in sequencing technology and data analysis. D. They were involved only in ethical discussions. Answer: C. They made significant contributions, particularly in sequencing technology and data analysis. British scientists were integral to the Human Genome Project, contributing to groundbreaking advances in genetic research and understanding human genetics.